Good morning. It's good to see you again this morning. I hope you are well, and I hope you had a good weekend. It's Monday morning, and we finished Luke yesterday, and I hadn't even thought what we would do, but as I got myself together to put the iPad up to begin to record, into my mind came two lovely verses from Proverbs chapter 3. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own insight. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord, and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones, or medicine to your bones. As one who at the moment needs a little bit of healing, as many of us do, this is a wonderful promise. When things are difficult, when we just don't know what we should do or how we should behave, when perhaps there's an awkward situation going on all around you and you just don't know what you should do, here are the guidelines for how to live our lives. And the first one is to trust. Has something in your life gone pear-shaped? Has something suddenly erupted that you never expected to happen? It's trust is where we have to go. And when our minds are reeling with whatever has gone on, and the thoughts go round and round and round our heads, don't they? They seem to have a life of their own. We have to trust. We have to trust in the Lord with all your heart and not rely on our own insight, on our own thinking. And that's what our mind is trying to do. Our mind is trying to rationalize whatever the problem is, whatever the difficulty is, whatever the future might be. Our mind tries to prepare for it, tries to think, well, what would I say if this happened, or if that happened? What would I do if this happened? What would I do if that person rang me or spoke to me? Or what would I do? We mustn't go down that line. What we must do is trust. Trust, trust, trust. Keep telling those thoughts, and keep telling the enemy that you're not going to pursue those thoughts. You're not going to pursue the negative imagination that's working away, to try and bring doubts, to try and bring trouble. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not rely on your own insight. When the time comes to speak, the words you need to speak will be given to you. And then there's no good going back over it and again and saying, I should have said this, or I should have said that, or perhaps I said it the wrong way. We have to trust that God is in what is happening around us. In all your ways, acknowledge him. And that is hard sometimes, when acknowledging him and speaking up for God or speaking up for Jesus really upsets people, and we get abuse or whatever we get. We need to acknowledge him and trust that he will fulfill the second half of that verse, which is, he will make straight your paths. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make straight your ways. God is well able to work behind the scenes. What is it, that modern chorus that we have about, it's called Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper, Light in the Darkness. My God, that is who you are. And then the second half of that song says, even when we don't see it, you're working. Even when we don't feel it, you're working. You're always working. You never stop working. And what is God working for? For our benefit. He's working to make our path straight, to guide us, to lead us in the right way, and to reach those who seem unreachable, and to win them to himself. God is always working to show people the error of their ways, to show people how much he loves them. How can they have a fully abundant life if they choose not to live it the way the manual says we should live it? Trust in the Lord with all your heart, Proverbs 3:3, and do not rely on your own understanding or insight. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. He's well able to do that. Sometimes we have to hang on by our fingertips because everything seems to be against us. But God is always for us. God is always, as we lean to him, as we say to him, Lord, if I did do something wrong, if I said it the wrong, forgive me, help me in the future to respond in the right way, to say the right words, to do the right things, to bring people closer to you instead of seeming to drive them away. Lord, help me to be faithful in trusting you with the outcome of things I can never straighten out. God is able. God is able. God is able to do far more abundantly than we can ever ask or think. But when we're in the middle of a difficulty, it does seem like it'll never be sorted. But God is able to do far more than we can ever imagine. And our part is to trust. Invite him into every situation and trust that he will work it out. He's trustworthy. That's the one thing. He is trustworthy. He is our guide. He is our helper. God bless you today. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.